gonna talk first?
You can talk first. I'll talk first. No, you can talk first.
All right. Here's our review of the movie,
Brave.
which was excellent movie. We just saw it tonight. It opened up today, and we took the family. Good brother here joined us, and we went along for. We went along. we. Yeah,
So we went to go see Brave. We went along for a ride.
We should probably have a script.
No, just do it.
So today we went to go see the movie Brave, which is by Disney Pixar, and this is our first review. I'm Diego Delgado. This is my brother
Dalcio.
Delgado, and
it's not funny. Okay, so we saw Brave.
Well, the movie opens up and it's sort of a flashback, and it starts with her as the main character, whose name is Merida. Merida.
The main character is Merida.
It starts with a flashback with the main character Merida.
It's on her birthday.
It's on her birthday, and it's her mother and her father, and they're at her home, and her father gives her a bow for her birthday surprise, and I guess that's where she starts her love of archery.
And then it comes back forward, like it goes back from the flashback into like the present time, and it starts showing about how she lives as the princess and her clan. Because they don't really have kings there.
Scratching my ear. Edit that out.
I'll use that sound for something. I don't really want to give too many spoilers or anything away, but it's an interesting take on a tale about a girl and her mother. It's actually a story about a girl and her mother, and they do a pretty good job of keeping her from being like an evil type of person, because she's not. Like, you actually see both sides. Yeah, you get to see both sides.
Yeah.
Of their like personalities and everything.
Yep. And a lot of mothers nowadays can relate to that. They're just trying to raise their daughter right, really overall, just to bring them up right, to be a nice person. And I like how they did it so that kids can relate to it. Of course, there's like running gags. There's the three little brothers, which are triplets, and they're always running around doing something crazy, getting in trouble. And as the character says in the movie, getting away with murder. They're just like little nuts. So that's the dynamic that I like between the mother and the daughter. They do play it off very well, I think. I think they dealt with the adult theme very well, and they did it in a way that the kids would understand it.
It was like a Disney Pixar movie, so I was expecting it to be at like Pixar's level. Aside from like Cars and Cars 2, their movies have always been phenomenal, but they're accessible to kids. This movie was more like a kids movie with some parts that were accessible to adults, and I mean the kids were laughing a lot more during this movie than like when I saw Up or WALL-E or something. So the parts that were like serious and adult were really good. At the same time, like they had some slapstick moments that I didn't really. I was like, nah, Pixar, you're better than that.
The animation was fantastic. It was flawless. I think the animation, the texture of the bear fur. I really liked her hair.
The animation on her hair was amazing. It was like really like it didn't look fake. Like no. It bounced right, the color, the lighting on everything.
It looked like animated hair.
Yeah.
Well, but it looked amazing.
It's better than the girl in Tangled. What's her name? Rapunzel. It was better than Rapunzel's hair in Tangled. It was because like the animation on that was crazy. But I mean, you watch this and it's just like whoa,
those curls, man. She must use some Vidal Sassoon or something in the hair. That was awesome.
Like she's wearing a real wig, and they just kind of made a movie around it. Like, let's make a movie around this wig, and that's what it looked like. It was really good.
That's probably how it started, really. First,
my train of thought just kind of
that train went off that way over there. So as far as from an animation point of view, definitely recommend. It was great. The adult themes, I think I liked it. When they get to adult themes, they played them very, very well. They got serious about it. And of course, they had to balance that out with throwing in some of the slapstick stuff like the Three Little Bears, the Three Little Brothers. You can't keep it that serious for that long. The kids are going to lose interest. They're going to get scared. And I think they did a good job of balancing that out. Her horse was cool. I liked her horse. Her sidekick. Every character has to have like a sidekick.
you think, oh, she's got a horse that's gonna be her sidekick, but he wasn't really her sidekick. And, like the horse acted like a horse. It was just like a horse. It was kind of like Raja in Aladdin. It's just like he was just her companion. He wasn't like her sidekick. It was just like her horse. And
That's true. The horse had sort of human reactions.
it wasn't like the horse in Tangled where like it had the big eyes and then it did the reactions and the tail was like a dog's tail. It was like it was just a horse.
I think you're gonna be making comparisons to Tangled in this one because they're both young girls. They both had like impressive hair, right? I mean, Tangled obviously, Rapunzel, it's her hair. This one had like wicked, like just fiery red, just awesome hair. They both had horses that kind of helped them along, I guess, sort of.
But Tangled was more definitely like Disney princess kind of vibe, and again she needed the guy to help her get out of the tower to
That's
go.
the thing.
And then
Now I'm gonna think about that. The heroine.
heroine. Hmm.
Is it the heroine?
Heroine. The
Is it the
heroine.
heroine?
The heroine in this movie.
The heroine in this
Fantastic.
movie was great. So what it was. Anyway, the girl hero,
The girl hero doesn't sound any better.
the main character in this movie. I don't even know what I was saying now. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The main point. If we're comparing Tangled to Brave, then this one you definitely saw the main big difference. I mean, yeah, in Tangled, she had the courage to like step out of that tower and come out, and she still made a deal with that character with the guy to help her on her way, and she was all scared, and but it was sort of he had to guide her and take her here and there, and this one was in Brave. It was all about the girl. She did everything on her own. She got into trouble on her own. She got out of trouble on her own. She was able to overcome. She became a better person for it, and I think a lot of girls will definitely benefit from that. I think that was that whole storyline of her and taking that character and such a empowering the female character and putting her in the lead role without her needing even like a co-pilot in the movie being a man. That says a lot, and I think that was a step in the right direction. I hope we see a lot more of that. We're gonna see a lot of.
Very, like, so you know what? That just cut to me like I'm not even in the frame anymore. I like how when the girl she gets a spell from a witch, and after it the spell runs its course, she's like she goes, oh, you know what? It wasn't my fault. It was the witch's fault. It totally I had nothing to do with it. And I'm laughing in the back of my mind. So I'm like it's totally her fault, but she did this whole like, hey, it wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. And it was really funny to kind of see that like she didn't want to get in trouble, and she's fighting with her mom. Her mom's like, I can't believe you did this, and she goes, well, it wasn't me, okay? Technically, it was the witch's fault, and it's just like really funny to see that. So that was like it was kind of like seeing her like human side, because she's still like a young girl who would do that, and it's not just girls who do it, it's just young people in general. It's like not me, this person. So that was just really funny because she was like strong the whole time, and that was like when she was acting like a kid. She was the first Disney princess that was like completely independent, like she could go off into the wild and live on her own. She wouldn't need anyone to help her. She wouldn't need
like
Rebecca.
Xena.
I mentioned the witch. I mean,
She wasn't really an integral part of the.
I think
Well, she was sort of integral because she changed what happened in the movie, but I'm glad they didn't focus a lot on her.
she had the one animal that spoke. It was like a crow, and it actually spoke, like it actually talked, and that was the moment where I felt like it became a DreamWorks movie, where it was kind of like kooky and the way she spoke. And
A little Shrekky. If it was a little more maybe toned down with the kookiness and that witch, I think it would have been. In my opinion, I think it would have gone a little smoother because it was almost jarring. It was kind of like, aha. You're like, all right, man, we get it. You're a crazy witch. Simmer down now. Simmer down. You can just edit that out. The pace, I think, was great. I don't think at any point I was, checking my watch or wondering like what's gonna happen next because this part is kind of boring. They started off well. I think they built up the pace and it just kept going. In my opinion, it just kept getting better. It built up to something. In the end, there was some twists that I was not expecting, which I really liked. I was not expecting that. It's a good date movie. I think. If you want to take a date.
I don't know about date movie. It was fun, but
It was
like
fun.
like the pacing, I disagree a bit on the pacing. The beginning I felt went really fast. It was just like do, and like oh this happens here and this happens there. But then when it gets to the point you're like oh okay, you kind of have that background information, but you kind of wish they kind of fleshed it out a bit more and you got to know more about like just even the separate clans and stuff. So you're just kind of going on oh that's the short guy and this is the big guy and this is the skinny guy. So they don't really give you more than that. So that's just like something I didn't really like about the beginning.
Uh, One very important aspect that I really liked about this movie, coming from a parent point of view and having my 4-year-old daughter, this movie really, I think, empowered the character, which is obviously it's a girl, and it was about her struggles with her own sort of upbringing, with her traditions, with her mother, of course, as most mothers will definitely relate to this movie with the teenage daughters, and not just mothers but dads as well. But this one happened to be with the mother, and it was very empowering. I think for the girl, they weren't waiting for Prince Charming to save them. They weren't waiting for some big, tall, dark, and handsome guy to come and rescue them from anything. And I wish that they come out with more movies like this, where it's more, girl power, and it's not, depending on any sort of guy. Because, trying to find like good role models for my daughter, some of the older ways of thinking that, the woman needs a man. In this case, it was all about girls empowering. It was all about getting her to the top. She did it on her own. She helped out her mother. They helped each other. And it was great. It was very uplifting. It was inspiring. And I think a lot of girls will get a lot of good out of this. It'll, I think, inspire them.
Ratings wise,
Ratings wise.
what did I say I was gonna do? I was gonna do like five different ratings. Okay, no, don't see it at all.
Don't see it.
Don't see it at all. Stream it. Wait for it to come out on DVD or Blu-ray. See it in theaters, or if you don't see this movie, a little bit of you is not going to reach its full potential. Like this movie's going to change your life. So those are the 5 ratings I kind of have. What are your ratings? Like your rating system? You haven't figured it out yet.
I like that rating system. I think I'll go with that.
So I would give it definite go see it in theaters. Like it does have some faults, but I definitely recommend you see it in theaters. Just because it is a good movie and it has some great points.
My final thoughts on this movie, definitely go watch it. Go to the theaters. It's worth your money. It's worth your time. We saw it in 3D. It was great. The kids had a blast. I haven't seen them laugh so hard in a very long time for any movie, and I recommend you guys go watch it too.
I don't know why I did that.
So that was our review of.
Do it again. I don't know why I started laughing.
Why are you laughing? Okay, so that was our review of Brave, and I think you should say Brave. I'm gonna look at you. You're gonna say it, because if I do the whole time, you just say it.
Okay, so that was a review of Brave.
Come
on, man.
I'm just
You
supposed to
killed
jump in
me,
there.
Swallow.
You're killing me, Swallow.
Okay, so that was a review of Brave.
And I'm glad we did this. This is our first review, and we got something awesome out of it. I hope you did as well. And until next time.
Brave, so brave.
Talk to you guys soon. Music.
I'll like lower the volume and be like, "You're killing me, Smalls," in the background.
You're killing me, Smalls. That was good.